This must be Perkunas, the one holding the fish. He's the bearded man wearing a crown, associated with the waves and also with the thunder. And over here, she must be Zemina, the goddess of earth, the earth goddess. And you could see the tree of life with all the carvings of the birds on top with the acorn and the oak leaves. This must be the oak tree, because this is all carved from an oak tree, because oak is being associated with both Perkunas, Zemina and other gods and goddesses, because the oak tree is very sacred. But of course, the real life pagans, if there is this very big oak tree, it should be left alone and never to be cut down, because otherwise, if the oak tree was attempted to be chopped down, then he or she will be punished. But of course, when the Christians came over and tried to chop down the oak wood, their heads will be chopped off. This is what happened in 1009 AD when John Jerome of, no, I think it's Bruno, yeah, Bruno, in 1009, a twat of a bishop came over to Lithuania and tried to convert the Lithuanians to Christianity. What the Lithuanians did, they killed him. And so this is how Lithuania came to be mentioned in the first place. Here's the devil sticking its tongue out with two little devils above. So these two little devils are more likely to be Pinchukas, and this is Velnias, the head devil, which is very different to the Christian concept of the devil in Christianity, because these devils are very pagan. They have something to do with tricks or even prank or even riddles to be solved. And here we have Menuo, which has the half moon below and a star in the middle. You can just as well sit on it. And here, well, there's this barrel over there for rolling on, you know, put your leg on. Here's the devil and a witch holding a barrel to have a try on whenever it comes to walking, and that's why there's this handlebar over there. Okay, devil jokes aside, here we have a žirgalis, very common in Lithuania, because the žirgalis is a symbol of companionship for the Lithuanian warriors, because the Lithuanian warriors, or let's say the Latys, they rode on such horses like this as some sort of companionship, riding into battle, especially against the German crusaders. But before that, it was actually against other tribes. And below, there's a rabbit as well, or a hare. And here, it's carved in 1988 by Archaic, who is the artist who created that. Well, as we all know, nature is very sacred. And nature has given us shelter, life, opportunities, and also for a greater and deeper understanding of wisdom and knowledge. And it goes on. It gives us the purpose of how we enjoy life whenever it comes to the circle of life as well. And that's the reason why I go around with this Triskelion. It's all about the connection to it, which is the reason why the trees are such a big deal in paganism. But of course, there's one thing I'd like to show you, and that is somewhere else within Raganu Kalnas. This is Perkunas, the thunder god in Lithuanian paganism or polytheism. You can tell from the symbols, the zigzag symbol is the lightning bolt. And he carries a bow, because if he fires a bow, that's the lightning bolt. That is Perkunas, the thunder god, which is worshipped by the warriors whenever be the Lithuanian tribes, the Curonians, and the Samogitians, the Semigalians, and many more, and especially worshipped by the Lithuanian warriors, because Lithuanian warriors are associated with Perkūnas. And here we are. Here we are. This is the gathering where all the witches and demons have come to gather around to have a party, to host a party. Here it is. That's the witch with pintukas, wood carvings. And if we go through here, this is the gates to hell, with all the devil masks and inscriptions. And here it is. Into the gates of hell, well, more likely to be through the gate to see the view of the forest. But look at this, the forest. It's so mystical and it's very magical. These trees are a mixture of spruces, pine trees, and even some oak trees. But because these trees are very thin, they are a mixture of spruces and pine trees, which is the reason why spruce and pine trees are associated with witches, because it is said to be very cursed. And so, here we are. Okay, as you could see, the raven sitting on top of the trunk. Here's the arrow telling us to turn left, because we're going somewhere more mystical. Through the pathway, greeted by witches, an old witch, and also a young lady who is destined to be a witch as well. Some animal figures as well. And here we go. Here we go. This is the pathway through the Hill of Witches. The Spruce Valley it's called. Yes, as you could tell, a lot of these trees are spruce. They're associated with witches, which is the reason why in legends and folk tales, the favorite trees of a witch are spruce. It's mainly because, it's not only because of the cones, which it could count as herbal medicine, but there's also a lot of fragrances from the spruce trees, where they can actually make not only medicine, but also they're able to add ingredients to create magic, or let's say witchcraft. And here we go, one of the witches with a broomstick. Yep, the forest full of witches. Or let's just say wise women in their old age, elderly women who've grown to be wise and even create some magic as well. And here, there's another carving where you have a rooster right on the top of a pillar. And yes, you can also see a rooster. And here we go. And I think this is where we will wrap things up for today's video, going through this mystical and magical forest of Raganu Kalnas. Well, my friends, I really hope you learned something from today, or even you love something about Raganu Kalnas. If you really want to go to Raganu Kalnas, make sure you do it. But of course, if you're a pagan, a Wiccan, or a witch watching this, this is the right place for you. And of course, there's so many other places to visit in Lithuania, let's say the nature. And of course, what's really sacred is nature, especially at Raganu Kalnas, where the forest full of spruce trees happens to be the favorite place for witches, where they create their own activity whenever it comes to creating herbal medicine and also performing magic as well, whether it be green magic, white magic, or black magic, you name it. And look, and here's the plants. But anyway, without further ado, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you liked the video. Ačiū gerai, viso gero. Last and not least, we have musicians and folk dancers in Lithuanian folklore here at Raganu Kalnas.